Orphan's Cathal Friel is joining us today after the announcement of your landmark UK government COVID vaccine clinical trials deal. It's just been announced, Cathal. You must be thrilled.
Yeah, Katie, thank you for having me on. It's quite exciting. Look, I know this deal has been talked about in the market quite a bit. Like we originally announced on the 7th of March, we were going to develop the world's first COVID-19 human challenge study trials. And literally this morning, the UK government has announced that they have now contracted to develop the first COVID-19 human challenge study model initially. That's a 10 million piece of work. And they've also taken the first 3 slots and paid 2.5 million per slot. That's a 7.5 million of deposits on our first 3 formal vaccine trials for COVID-19 as well.
And when will these take place and where?
Well, the first piece of work we've been working on for the last couple of months. So we've been quite busy, or the team have been really busy. And so that is underway. That's the initial COVID human challenge model. That means developing a virus and developing the characterization model. That's well underway. It'll be delivered in the next 6 months. The next piece will be the government has taken the first 3 slots, i.e. they're committed to take our first 3 COVID-19 trials, and they're worth 8 to 10 million each. We've guided the market since March, 3 slots. So that's potentially 10 million up front piece of work and potentially another 30 million piece of work. So in theory, we've got a 40 million contract here in our hands.
Cathal, tell us exactly where it's being held.
Yeah, look, we've got a 24-bed quarantine unit in East London. We've been guiding the market recently for the first time in its history. It's booked out 12, going on 18 months in advance, so we've no room there to do it. That's all traditional challenge models. The UK government has made available the only other quarantine unit in the United Kingdom. That's the 19-bed facility in the Royal Free Hospital in North London. So we'll be conducting these COVID challenge study work there in North London in the Royal Free. So almost overnight, we've got access to a second facility compared to one we currently have.
Wow. I know you've been working incredibly hard. Morale must be very high for you over there.
Yeah, no, people are busy. It's actually rather nice. I just think we're in an era of vaccine development, and HPV Open Orphan is central of vaccines. We're emphasizing that we're not a COVID company. COVID is just a small part. There's a huge bit of work on a range of vaccines. There was no money spent in vaccines for 30 years. It was all cancer and oncology. I think we're going into a decade now of a lot of vaccine work and being a vaccine developer. We're the world's largest developer, the leading developer of the testing of vaccines and antivirals using human challenge models. So it's a nice place to be.
Excellent. Cathal, thank you so much indeed. That's Cathal Friel there from Open Orphan today about your landmark UK government deal.
Katie, thank you very much. It's a pleasure talking.